Hello and welcome. Welcome in. Sorry if you missed me last week. I was on vacation. I went to Texas to see my friend Jenna and also my family and get tattoos. So as you can tell by the title, I got some tattoos and I actually got tattooed by two artists at the same time. We had planned it last year because I was like, I'm focused on my sleeve because this is in memory of my younger brother who died 2.5 years ago. And I have this TARDIS on my calf and I'm saving money for my sleeve, but I know I want to get that done. But if I don't do it at the same time, then I'm never going to get my leg done because this is my priority. So that's been my dilemma. Last time I was there, there was a guy, tattoo artist. I'll put his Instagram up here. One of these places, I don't know. His name is Fenris, which I think his name is Randy, but he introduced himself to me as Fen, but everybody else was like calling him Randy. He's a dope dude. When I was there a year ago, he looked at my TARDIS that's on my leg because he is also a Doctor Who fan, and he was like, "That's awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, I would love to, get tattooed by you since you're a Doctor Who fan. Maybe you guys can tattoo me at the same time next year." And he was like, "I'd be down to fucking do that." I'm like, "All right, cool, me too." And so when I got to the shop, I went up to the lady. I was like, "Yeah, I've got an appointment with David and then also another artist whose name I cannot remember for some fucking reason." Then he introduced himself to me afterwards. I was like, "They're supposed to be tattooing me at the same time." And the girl was like, "Whoa, what? Okay." And he came in and she talked to him and she was like, "She says that you're supposed to be tattooing her at the same time." And he's like, "I don't know about that. What the hell?" And I heard them, but I pretended like I didn't hear them. And then he came and introduced himself to me and showed me his leg and showed me his leg. Had me show him my leg. And David was tattooing me on the back of my arm, and so it worked out where I'd be laying down and they'd be tattooing me. So they did end up tattooing me at the same time, and I would do it again. It was painful, but I mean, tattoos are painful. It wasn't like something that I couldn't handle. I've got a little bit of footage of that process. I went to the tattoo shop with Jenna on the day that she got her tattoo, and I'll show you pictures and videos in here of her getting her tattoo. She got a star whale. It looks fucking awesome. There was this kid there that didn't know what London was. Whatever, it's a whole thing. I was there when she got her tattoo, so I was able to get video of her getting tattooed. But on the day that I was getting my tattoos, she was sick, and so she had to stay home while I was doing that. And Max was there with me, but motherfucker only got one video of me getting tattooed, so that's fine. It's whatever, it happened. So I'm just gonna talk about my tattoos. And I do have pictures. So the one on my calf, it wraps around my calf. So I stitched together 3 pictures of it so you can kind of see the whole thing like they do when they want to show a whole sleeve. So I got it as best as I could. It is the silhouette around the TARDIS is David Tennant because he's my favorite Doctor. Fen filled in everything freehand. Like all he did was put the stencil of the head around and then he freehanded fucking everything inside of it and it looks dope. It is so cool. And then on the back of my arm here, which I'll show you the picture here as well, I was gonna do 1 tattoo every single year, but my artist was like, "Yo, let's do 2." And I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." So on the back, I have this wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man, and I have this little guy here from the video called Strawberry Pancakes. And to anybody who didn't know my brother and I, they're gonna look at this wacky waving inflatable arm filling tube man being right next to this angel and they're like, "That doesn't make any sense, what the fuck?" But it makes sense to me, okay? This whole sleeve is dedicated to my younger brother Jonathan, and it is gonna be filled with inside jokes. So it's not gonna make sense to anybody else, and other people might scoff at me because they're like, "Well, that's stupid." And hey, you're perfectly entitled to your opinion. But that doesn't mean that I have to give a shit about it. Okay. It's just like when people are like, "You're getting more tattoos? Oh my god, why would you want to do that to yourself? That's unladylike." Like, I'm gonna link the video for the Strawberry Pancakes guy thing down below, because if you haven't seen it, you're like, what the fuck? And it's weird. We used to spend all of our time on like 2 different websites. We would go to albinoblacksheep.com and Weeble stuff, and they just had hilarious videos on there that are nonsense. Like, my boyfriend doesn't think any of this shit is funny because we have different senses of humor. And like, this is definitely my sense of humor. So it's like this little video of strawberry pancakes. It's just this creepy looking guy riding through town going, strawberry pancakes, don't make me wait for you. Strawberry pancakes, I'm coming for you. And he's like riding his bike into town, singing about it. And then a guy comes up and he's holding pancakes. And then the little guy here goes, give me your pancakes. And he shoots them, and it just repeats over and over and over. And every time he rides into town, the little sign that has population, it goes down a number in the population until he's literally shot everybody for their pancakes. And then the last scene is like him riding through and everybody's a zombie and he's like killing zombies for pancakes. But I mean, it fucking made us laugh so hard. We would just be sitting randomly sometime, not doing anything on the internet, and all of a sudden one of us would just be like, strawberry pancakes. And it was a whole thing. It was hilarious. Okay, so this means something to me. It may not mean something to you, but it fucking means something to me, alright? By the way, if you hear chewing going on, I gave my dog a pig's ear so that he would not bother me while I am doing this, because usually he is a handful while I am recording. Very fun. So he's down there preoccupied. That's what those nasty chewing noises are. If you can hear it, okay, yes. And then the Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. It's from Family Guy. Just also made us laugh because it was a commercial within the TV show that was Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. And he's like, he works in the Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man Emporium. And it's like, keep grandma company, raise the roof. And it gives a lot of other examples. If I can find that video, I'm going to link that in the description as well. Again, just endless laughs. Pretty much everything that's going to be on my sleeve is something that made us laugh very, very hard. But yeah, those are the 2 that I got on my arm. And then on my leg, I got a continuation of my Doctor Who, because forever I've had this TARDIS on my leg for like 5 years. An artist by the name of Mike Flores, who used to be in San Marcos, but now he's like all over Texas and other places, and you can't like get an appointment with him for a year. He's very popular now. He did that like 5 years ago, and it's just been like a blue box on my leg, and people are like, they're like, oh, that's cool, but I can see in their eyes, they're like, why do you just have a blue stamp on your leg? And so now I think it looks a little bit more complete and put together, and I will be going back to that artist to get more stuff, because I want this to be like my Doctor Who leg. People may think it's stupid to, you know, put TV show references permanently on your body, but again, I don't care about your opinion. And Doctor Who, like, Doctor Who means something to me. Obviously, I really like it a lot, but watching it, like, I really love fantasy and sci-fi and aliens and all that shit, and I'm also like a hopeless romantic, and I love the touchy-feely, ooey gooey gushy stuff. And so, like, Doctor Who really kind of helped me mentally, like, be able to further accept people and, like, the possibility of just, like, anything is fucking possible, you know? And I don't know, it has a place in my heart. It influenced the way that I think and my behavior a little bit. I feel like it made me weirder, because now I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, oh, it could be aliens. Like, everything is fucking explained by, oh, it's a fucking alien, don't worry about it, like, whatever, it's chill. Like, I was a weird person before, but I'm not very creative, so I need to watch things that, you know, other people have created to be like, holy shit, and then my brain starts going, oh, that's a possibility, that's fucking awesome. And so, like, I was a weirdo before, but now I'm just the person you see before you today. So yeah, those are my tattoos. Sorry that I missed y'all last week. I thought I was going to be Snapchatting the whole time. I only Snapchatted one time, and it was when I was at the aquarium, because this fucking bird, which I'll put the Snapchat up here, at the entrance, there was this fucking big ass bird. I can't think of what it's called, but it's got a huge bill. And my friend Jenna, she has a service dog, Zvezda. She's so cute. So she was with us. And we walked up to it, and for the longest time, that bird had just been standing there like a statue, and other people were like trying to get it to move. And we walked over, and this bird was all of a sudden like, oh, a fucking animal that's not in a cage. I want to fuck this guy up. And it strutted over, turned, and stared directly down at Zvezda with this like murder stare, and it would not break eye contact. And so we're like, okay, this is uncomfortable, we're gonna go. I was just enjoying my vacation. I was gone for 8 days. I ate a lot of carbs, way too many fucking carbs. My stomach hurt so bad, and my uterus decided, it was like, hey, you know how we've been kind of nice to you and not been giving you like crazy cramps ever since you started keto? Well, you ate terribly for 8 days straight, and it's time to do stuff again. You know, it's that time of the month. And so last night I was woken up very rudely by some cramps that were very, very intense, and I took some ibuprofen, and it didn't kick in for 2.5 hours. So I did not go to sleep until like 2:30 in the morning. It was a fun time. It was very, very painful. Why did I say? Oh yeah, because I was eating carbs. But yeah, no, it was fucking awesome. Vacations are great. If you have a chance to fucking take a vacation, man, fucking take that shit. Oh, I do need to tell you, I had a whole fucking fiasco with my flight. So I was leaving on the 20th, Friday, September 20th, and my flight was at 8:25 in the morning, but my dumbass read that as boarding at 8:25 in the morning, but it's leaving at 8:25 in the morning. So my boyfriend got me to the airport at, I think 7:30, which, you know, normally would work fine because it's an hour beforehand, and I had paid for my luggage and stuff ahead of time, so I went to the kiosk to print out my tag, and it was like, you can no longer check in for this flight, it's not available. And I was like, I'm not trying to check in, I already fucking checked in 24 hours ago because I have an app because it's 2019, you know. I just want to print my ticket, my bag ticket thing, and it just wouldn't let me. So I had to go to a lady, and I was like, hey, won't let me print my thing, it just keeps telling me my flight's not available for check-in. So she's like, okay, I'll stand in this line. And I went and I stood in the line, and then this nice lady from first class came over, and she was like, hi, I can help you. And I was like, okay, great, here's the situation, won't let me print my thing. And she's like, oh, okay, blah, 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 what's your name, what's your flight? And she's like, oh, well, that flight has already boarded, the doors are closed, and they're about to take off. And I was like, but it doesn't board until 8:25. And she was like, no, it leaves at 8:25. I was like, oh my God, like, oh no. And she's like, let me see if I can find you another flight. And she found me a flight that would leave from Portland and go to Seattle, and then from Seattle go to Dallas Love Field. And she was like, there's one seat left. I was like, okay, how much does that cost? I was like, and she's like, I'll waive your rebooking fee. I was like, oh my God, thank you. So she switched me for free. And then I put my bag up on the scale, and she was like, can you take like 2 pounds out of here? And I was like, no, I cannot. I do not have a bag or anything to carry anything in. And she was like, okay, well, if you can't do that, then it's going to be $100, and I can't waive that. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. I will pay $100. That is perfectly fine. And so I put my Vince Camuto hard luggage rolling case. It's light pink. It's beautiful. Gave it to them and went on my merry way. And my next flight was in like 2 hours, so I like fucked around the airport for a little bit. Got a cauliflower crust pizza from Mod Pizza, which was delicious. So super fun story right now. I am at the airport because I missed my fucking flight. I thought it left or boarded at 8:25, but apparently it was leaving at 8:25, so they had to redirect me to another flight. So now I got time to kill, and Mob Pizza has a cauliflower crust. Oh my God. And then I got on my flight, which was just 30 minutes from Portland to Seattle. And then whenever I got on my Seattle to Dallas flight, you know, we pushed back from the gate, and we sat there, and then we sat there some more, and then we sat there some more. And then the captain comes on and he's like, hey, people, I'm really sorry. Like, there's apparently some storms forming north of Dallas, so we're gonna have to reroute, and we gotta pull back up to the gate and get some more fuel, and we're gonna leave in about an hour. And I was like, oh, cool, love it. And so we pulled back up to the gate, got the fuel, left in an hour. There was a lady sitting next to me who was from Texas, and she talked to me the whole fucking time, which was fine because she was nice. She wasn't annoying or anything. And apparently the seat that I was in was premium, so I got free cocktails, which was great because they came down the aisle and they were like, would you like anything to drink? And I was like, I need a Tito's and Coke Zero. And so she gave me that, and then I pulled out my card to pay, and she's like walking away, and I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I need to pay for my drink. She was like, no, you're premium. It's complimentary. And I was like, what? That's fucking cool. All right, all right. And so me and the lady next to me, she drank rum and I drank Tito's the whole time. And we were just drinking on the flight. And the people in front of us were like Canadian, and they heard this lady talking about how she's from Texas. And so they were like, sorry to eavesdrop, but I heard you're from Texas, from Dallas, and I was wondering if you could like maybe give me an estimate of how long you think it would take me to get from here to here. And she's like, oh honey, that's gonna be like 2 hours. We're getting there at traffic time, like it's gonna be a bad time. And they were like, fucking sweet. And then in front of them was some person from Australia, and he's like, right, so I hate to eavesdrop as well, but I overheard that you're from Dallas, and I just wanted to know how far away this is from where we're going. And she was like, oh, that's like 30 minutes. You're gonna be fine. But so like on that first connecting flight, there was a guy that I sat next to, and he talked to me the whole time. And I'm okay with people. I'm fine with interacting with people for the most part, but I would prefer not to. I just want to sit there and go into my own world. I was playing a game on my phone in between. Every time he would talk to me, like I would try to politely end the conversation, like, oh yeah, cool. And then just silently go back and start playing my game. And then he started coming, he's like, well, what kind of game is that? And then I was like, having to explain the game. And then another lady across the aisle overheard us talking, and she started talking. And so like we're talking the whole fucking 30 minutes. And then as soon as the flight landed, we were able to get up. I popped the fuck up and I left. It's like, nice knowing you. I don't really like to talk to people. And so then on the next flight, Dallas lady talked to me the whole fucking time, and we drank, and it was cool. Again, I would just prefer to not talk to people. And then got into Dallas at 7:30, and I went down to the baggage claim. Boop, boop, boop. Found the screen that had my flight on it, and I was like, all right, cool. This is where they're gonna be. All the bags came out, and they went around and around and around. Everybody got their bags except for the few that were left there, but my bag is nowhere to be found. So I went to the guy, Rodney, and was like, hey, my bag's not here. It's supposed to be here. And he was like, oh, they're still unloading. Like, just give it a couple minutes, and then if it's still not there, come back to me. And so I sat there. Another flight came through. My flight disappeared off of the screen. More people's bags were going. And so I went back up to him. I was like, hey, man, it's not there. It's not there. He's like, oh, okay. Do you have your ticket? Let me see. And he looked it up, and my bag was in San Francisco. And they were going to put it on the next flight so it could be in at like 11:30 at night. And I was like, great. And he's like, is there anything important in there? And I was like, oh, you know, nothing much. Just my brother's ashes. And he was like, oh, shit. Because I have a necklace that has his ashes in it. So it was a little bit of a fib. You know, it wasn't all of his ashes, but it's still important to me. It's a little bit of his ashes. And, you know, I would please like those to not get lost. That necklace was expensive. Okay. And he was like, oh shit. And he gave me like $100 credit thing. And then he told me to call them and complain and stuff because like that's not okay. And then he was like, so we can deliver your bag to you tonight. I was like, great. Gave him my address. He told me it should be about maybe midnight by the time it gets there because the plane will land at 11:30. And then at 11:30, I got a call that the plane landed, and he said the delivery driver will be here in like 10 minutes to get your bag, and then it looks like you're about 5 minutes from here, so then you should have your bag within the next 30 to 45 minutes. And I was like, cool, great, awesome, love it. He's like, you still want us to deliver to you? I'm like, yes, I am awake. And then I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. It's about 1:45 in the morning, and I get a call. And it's the same guy. It's Rodney. He said, Miss Rachel, I'm out front. And I was like, what? And I came out and it was him. And I was like, I thought you were getting off at 11:30. What's going on? He's like, the delivery driver never showed up. So I wanted to make sure that you got your bag tonight. So here's your bag. I was like, oh my God, thank you. I didn't have any cash. Otherwise I would have tipped him. But I did give him a glowing review with Alaska Airlines. I fucking was like, yo, Rodney's the shit. You need to promote him. He went above and beyond. Like he was great. And it was dark outside and I was tired, so I didn't like look at my bag. And then I took the bag inside, and when I'm rolling it in, it comes into the light, and it looks like they ran over it. Like it is scuffed and scratched and just beaten to hell. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I will deal with this in the morning. I'm fucking pissed, right? And then Wednesday comes around, which was Jonathan's birthday, September 25th. And so we all went out to dinner with my parents to remember him and celebrate his life and everything. Like we do it every year on his birthday and on the day that he died, which is in February. So I went to get ready to put my makeup on because I don't wear makeup unless I'm going somewhere fancy or to work. And I opened my makeup box and there's just purple fucking powder everywhere. My ColourPop palette, the purple one, the It's My Pleasure one, broke. It exploded. They handled my bag so roughly that the palette opened and like 2 or 3 shadows survived, but like there was purple everywhere, and it got all over the counter and it got on the carpet and stuff in the Airbnb that I was staying at, and I had to clean it, but I couldn't clean it out of the carpet, and so I don't know if they're going to charge me for that, but I told them about it. I haven't heard anything yet. And so I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So there's just purple powder all over all of my makeup that is inside of that kit. I am having to wipe everything off. I've got purple on my fucking hands. Like I am so fucking pissed. So I'm filing a damage claim with them, but like Jesus fucking Christ, they mishandled the shit out of my luggage. So whenever I was going back home, when I was coming back here, I upgraded my seat to premium because I was like, I fucking like those free ass cocktails, and I was trying to pay for it, but it just kept saying error. But then my seat got upgraded anyways, so I didn't have to pay for it. And I don't know if that was just like the $100 credit, but I never saw anything about that. But my seat was upgraded to premium, and it was fucking awesome. When I got to the airport, I printed my bag ticket, and this guy came to help me, and I was like, hey, you know, here's the situation with what this looks like. Is there like a way you could put a fragile sticker on this or something? Because I really like, this is expensive, and like that suitcase is like $400 fucking. And he was like, oh yeah. And then we took it up to the front because he needed to weigh it. And again, it was 2 pounds over. And he's like, can you take 2 pounds out? And I was like, no, do I have to like pay for it? And he's like, it's $100. And I was like, can I use the $100 credit? And he's like, why do you have a $100 credit? And I told him the story. And he was like, don't worry about it. And he didn't charge me that. And I was like, fucking thank you. My bag actually got there on time, and it didn't get any more damage. It just has fragile stickers all over it, which I haven't tried to remove yet, but I'm pretty sure are gonna leave shit behind on my luggage. So, oh, but the flight back was amazing because I had a window seat, but there wasn't a window there, so it was just dark, which is actually fine with me because I can just sleep and I like the darkness. I'm like a fucking vampire, you know. And then there was nobody in the seat in the middle, and there was just a lady on the end who we exchanged, you know, niceties whenever I had to like get up and go to the bathroom and stuff. We're like, oh, we have the same phone case, cool. But then we both just minded our own fucking business, which is exactly how I wanted it. So I had that straight fucking flight, had some Tito's, had some cheese, had a fucking 2.5-hour nap, didn't have to talk to anybody. It was a good ass time. So that's my luggage fiasco trip story and my tattoos. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Can't believe I've never said that before. Have I said that on my channel? See you next Tuesday. Okay, love you, see you later, bye. What are you looking at? Did you eat your whole pig's ear? Good Lord, you're a pig. You're a pig. You are what you eat.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Oh, I said movie alligator. Whoa!